What's up, Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans? It's former Bucks defensive tackle James Canada, aka Big Game James, and this is Games Pewter Perspective. Hey, before we get started, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Help me get this content out all through social media universe. That's right. I need to know all platforms, man. Y'all help me get this out here. You know, a lot of questions have been asked about who's to blame for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' struggles on offense. Is it Tom Brady? Is it Byron Leftwich? Is it the injuries? Or is it a combination of both? First and foremost, when I think back on this thing, 3 years removed now from a Super Bowl win, last year going to the divisional round of the playoffs and losing to the eventual champion, Los Angeles Rams, we figured we look good coming back. We know we can get things going. Things will be fine. 2 years ago, Byron Leftwich was one of the hottest coaching candidates, so people thought or said that he should have a chance to get a job. Now people are ready to throw him under a bus. They want him gone. They want him fired. They want changes to be made. But the thing is, who is really to blame for what's going on? Now, if you watch that game like I did Christmas night, it was one of the hardest games to watch. The Buccaneers struggle with the Arizona Cardinals. They played their third-string quarterback. We couldn't get things done. Brady was throwing picks. We couldn't get stops at certain times when we needed them. It was just a boring, awful game to watch. And J.J. Watt looked like he had a resurgence. This must have been like he knew this was going to be his last big TV game before he announced his retirement. That's another story. But couldn't stop him. Things looked dismal. We were behind. We came back. We won the game. But still, what does it prove? What does it do? It's hard to watch. It's hard to stomach because you expect so much more of this team. And then that's why, when I looked at social media, I felt like I had to ask Buccaneer fans, what is the problem? Who is to blame? You look at it on the year, Tom Brady, 4,178 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, but 9 interceptions, 49.4% QBR rating right now. It's awful. And in the last 5 games, we went 2-3, and the 2 wins were just, like I said, nothing to get excited about and hang your hat on, because it's like those are games we should win. We still can't hardly score any points, y'all. Right now in the season, we're averaging 17.7 points per game. 17 points per game. The offense is misleading to me because right now we're averaging 346.3 yards per game on offense. 269.3 passing yards, 77.1 rushing yards. But the points, the red zone. And, no one wants to make excuses. Excuses suck, excuses stink. But at the same time, people are like, we need to run the ball more. Think about it. With the injuries that we sustained on our offensive line, Leonard Fournette having the injury in the foot, just different things going on, we're not going to have success running the ball. So therefore, now we're passing. I will say the first half of the Cincinnati Bengals game, it looked like Byron Leftwich had a good game plan and had things going. But, you think about it, it was a lot of trickery. Trickery that most of the time when you have to do trickery-type plays, they don't work well for an entire game because the defense makes the adjustments they need to make to stop you. So it's like, what do we do next, right? Is it Todd Bowles? Is it his lack of leadership? This is his first year, and I don't want to say, fire him like Hackett got fired in Denver, but at the same time, it's some of the same mannerisms and characteristics that we saw with him in New York. Does it transfer over to have more success here with a better team around you? And right now, I don't think it's fair to judge Todd Bowles because of the injuries that he has and taking over late. Arians decided to step down late, not even really having a chance to hire a defensive coordinator. I don't think Bowles should be the fall guy. I think he deserves at least one more season to see what kind of leader he can be with a healthy team, with a healthy roster, and some of that decision-making. Byron Leftwich, it's just crazy to me how you go from being one of the hottest names amongst fans and people in the NFL to now people wanting you dead and wanting you gone. Byron Leftwich has been vanilla this year. He has been vanilla. I've said that before, and I agree with some of the fans when I see it. But at the same time, is he vanilla just because of what he has at his usage, at his disposal? Is it because of the injuries? We see Godwin is finally coming along, looking healthy from the injury a year ago, right? He's playing well. Julio Jones has been in the game last couple times, not going anywhere. But then when Donovan Smith is out, then his backup Wells goes down on the offensive line. It just goes to show, like, bam, once again, here we are up front, hurting and missing pieces. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, I don't know what to tell you about what's going to happen because we don't know. We must win going against Carolina coming up, and I'm going to talk about that in another Games Pewter Perspective video. But right now, I don't even know if we can muster up enough defense to stop that run game and make sure that Carolina don't overpossess the ball. Anyway, that's another story. But the question for me to you is, and please drop those comments down in the link below, in the comment box below. Who's to blame for the Buccaneers' struggles? Is it Brady? Is it Leftwich? Or is it head coach Todd Bowles not having control of this thing? Again, this is James Canada, former Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive tackle, and this is Games Pewter Perspective. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.